Okay, why did I become a tour guide? So when I was a kid, my family didn't travel, and I didn't take my first trip overseas until I was 23, and I was an art student back then. So I flew to Paris once, and yeah, it was amazing to see. I totally fell in love with the city and had a great time. I spent 1 month there all by myself, and I got a travel bag. And after that, I spent 1 year in Australia, 1 year in Canada, also traveled around the world. You know, I really wanted to go as far as possible from Japan and immerse myself from different cultures. And but yeah, I met so many wonderful people on the way, and so many people interested in Japanese culture. So, but I realized I don't know much about my home country of Japan, and I came home and I started seeing my hometown with totally new lens. How can I say? The relearning process was really interesting to me, and I learned so much about Japan since then. And now I get to share my love for Japan with visitors every single day. So we are going to explore a really popular district called Sugamo. And this is Sugamo Ritodori shopping street. And you may be familiar with Harajuku. Harajuku is the epicenter of Japanese youth culture. You know, everything has to be cute. Yes. But this is another Harajuku, and it is called Rama Harajuku. And this shopping, virtual shopping street is very popular among fashionable elderly ladies. And so now we can explore the street and check out what's popular here. Okay. Okay, so first off, the reason why I went to Paris was because I wanted to see the Mecca of art with my own eyes as an art student back then. So I really wanted to see opera in Paris. Then I checked online. I read some books, and it said you need to dress up going to see opera. And then I was in trouble because I didn't have a beautiful dress to bring to Paris. So I packed my kimono into my suitcase. My great grandfather was a kimono craftsman, so I grew up being surrounded by beautiful kimono. So I packed one of those kimonos into my suitcase, and I showed up at the opera, and the show was absolutely amazing, and yeah, it was breathtaking. And after the performance, I came down on a very big stairs, and I noticed that I was being surrounded by so many people, and I didn't know what was going on, and I couldn't speak a word of French nor English. And people saying, like, trying to communicate with me, like, and then I had a word kimono, or like konnichiwa, and then I realized, oh, they were looking at my kimono, and then they, how can I say? Yeah, they totally admired, they were admired by the beauty of the Japanese traditional attire, kimono. And that was when I really felt, but our tradition is really beautiful, and Japan has so much to offer. And it felt like my great-grandfather was being raised in Paris, and it made me so happy. And that led me to, want to learn about my own culture, my, traditional traditions of Japan more. Kanji temple, but it's known as Togenuki Jizo. Togenuki means to pull out a soul. So it's known as soul removing temple. And I'm gonna explain about the interesting rituals they do here. And this shopping street was part of the Nakasendo Highway during the Edo period, 16th to 19th century. Connecting Kyoto, that was the capital back then. That's where the emperor lived. And then also Edo, modern day Tokyo. That's where the ruling Tokugawa shogunate was based. Yeah. So it was a very important road connecting the two big cities. Right. And then so this temple attracted a lot of people, on the way to Kyoto. And especially so let's go in and then do that interesting ritual. Of course. Let's do it. Yeah? Okay. So I think once tradition is lost, it's very hard to get it back. So I feel like I'm in charge of passing this beautiful tradition to the next generation, so that people who come after us can still enjoy this beautiful tradition. I got you this special omikage papers. So again, this temple is called Togenuki, known as Togenuki Jizo-son. That means to pull out a soul. Soul represent an illness. So by doing this ritual, you can pull out an illness out of your body. And legend has it, long time ago, there was an old lady, and she accidentally swallowed a needle. And her husband got panicked and then jumped into this temple for help. And a calm monk came out, and then he gave her husband a piece of paper with an image of Buddha on it. And then she ate the paper, and miraculously, the needle came out without harming her. And then it was found being stuck on the paper with, on the image of Buddha. So that's the beginning of this ritual. And let me show you. So you can buy, anyone can buy this. There are 5 pieces of tiny papers. And then there is an image of Jizo Buddha, Jizo statue. And it's a rice paper. So you can eat it. Let it dissolve. Okay. Let it dissolve. And you can cure illness. Or illness meaning not just an illness, but anything harming your mind and body. So that includes anxiety or, stress, illness. Yeah, 3 more.
Oh, thank you. Stress.
Yes. When you feel stressed, you can just take the Buddha. It is very interesting. Yes. Yeah, this means. This. So what I think important for me when showing people around my hometown, Tokyo, is that, it's not really about when it was built and who built it. It's more about why it's important to us, why did it happen, story behind it. And I think Japanese is a very complex language. It's a high context language. What that means is we don't really rely on words. So much of what we do is based on shared value, shared experiences. So we are not used to articulate things, we are not used to putting things into words. But when guiding, it's such an important thing. You need to put things into words. And so what I love to share is that why we do what we do, and spirituality, and what I want to share is why it's so important to us, why we do what we do, and share that with people visiting Japan.